guys, Stephanie Mitchell here. I am an online marketing coach for beauty business owners, and today I have a special treat for you. I am going to share with you my interview with Brittany Bennett from B Bronze Spray Tan Studio in Los Angeles. Brittany has built an incredible business and she has spray tanned her fair share of celebrities, from television stars to Olympic athletes to Playboy models, Instagram influencers. And a big part of her secret to how she's grown her clientele is through her partnerships with these kind of celebrities. And Brittany wants to share her tips for how you can do the same thing in your beauty business. But you don't need to live in Los Angeles. You don't need to have celebrity clientele to work with influencers. In fact, influencer marketing can work for you even if you live in a small town, and even if your version of an influencer is just the soccer mom who happens to have a good Instagram following. So influencer marketing means that you partner with local people who have some sort of influence, and you'd be surprised at how many of them there are in your town. When you partner with them, they can promote your services, your business to their followers, and it can be an incredible way to get free advertising for your business. But there are some pitfalls. There are things that people tend to do when working with influencers that might not be the best, but Brittany breaks it all down for us. She shares how she's grown her clientele, her reputation, how she finds celebrity clients, how she vets the different influencers that she works with, and what kind of partnerships they have. So she's got so much great info to share, and I cannot wait to jump into it. All right, let's take it away. Hey, Brittany, thank you so much for being here with me today. I'm so excited to talk with you.
You are so welcome. I'm so excited. I was super excited when you reached out, so I knew I would jump on it. So here I
Awesome. For anyone who doesn't know, Brittany and I met at the Sunless Summit, a convention for spray tanners several years ago. And I was just like, hey, this chick is so cool. I started following you on Instagram. I fell in love with your business and who you are and and what you've done and what you've achieved. So I was like, when I was looking at people to chat with for these videos, I was like, oh, Brittany has so much good stuff to share.
Thank you. I'm crazy, so I'll try to give you all the insights of it.
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know, can you tell them about who you are, kind of your background in the beauty industry, and then what your business looks like today?
Sure. So my name is Brittany Bennett. I own B Bronze Studio in Los Angeles, California. I got in this industry 10 years ago when I moved to Los Angeles. I was in the hospitality industry, working in the hotels on the sales side, but making no money. So I needed to make money to live.
Yeah.
So I knew I was always getting spray tans, but I never gave them. And as I was looking, I just kind of said, okay, what can I do to make extra money? I realized that obviously, as a lot of people in the industry know, you don't need a license to do this. So I jumped online, bought a machine, and probably the worst solution out there, and went on YouTube. And then I just started spraying friends of friends, and it just caught like fire pretty fast. And then I got into obviously like the celebrity world, which we'll talk about, and then just started really, really building a business. And I'm like, oh my God. And then I just kind of just went with it.
Yeah. And
I have a store. It's located in Los Angeles, right about like 2 blocks down from Robertson, right in like the heart of West Hollywood. And I opened the store about a year and a half ago.
yeah, your storefront is absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna put photos of it in the video so people can like
Thank
look
you so
around.
much.
So what does your business actually look like today?
Oh my gosh. It's like forever evolving, obviously, because people don't realize this. And when they find this out, they're shocked. I ran very lean the first year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a one-woman show.
Oh, you work by yourself? Okay, I didn't know that. I assumed that you had like a big group of girls, or at least like 4 or 5 girls with you, just of like how you run your business. You really do give that impression.
No, I literally ran so lean. So I hired my first girl now, and that's strictly not because I've been this person that's trying to hold everything tight and don't trust anybody. I ran so lean because people don't realize the overhead. that goes into spray tanning.
Yeah.
So it's been a blessing and a curse. Obviously, I'm one human. I'm extremely busy, so it's a lot, and I would not recommend this for anybody. But I also have taken it as where I have my hand in everything, and eventually I'm going to be stepping back. So I'm taking full advantage of the fact that my hand is in everything right now.
Yeah. So do you find it hard to actually be the one who's doing the spray tanning, but also working on your business, like doing the marketing and the business planning and that kind of thing too?
100, because you're not good at everything.
Yeah.
You know? But what I do know is I know what I don't know. And I've created now looking back at what has made me successful, I've created such a really good group of friends and colleagues and people in different industries. And I have no shame in asking anybody anything, like help, questions. So I reach out to resources where people know things and you can barter, or people do just want to help. A year ago when I first opened the store, I had a young girl come in here because she found out about me through somebody. She's now become a confidant and a friend to navigate through the influencer world, which is a beast.
Yeah.
So we trade, and she's just become a friend and help. So you really have to ask and understand you're not going to know everything, and ask for help. Yeah.
Just like being humble and realizing like, it's okay that I don't know everything. No one's going to look down on me. No one's going to think that I'm dumb or anything like that. It's just like, it helps you so much. And people like helping.
You'd be shocked when I talk to people and ask certain things. I mean, 9 times out of 10, they say yes. And if they don't, then they don't. Then okay, next. But it's been cultivating a really good people around me to help me out.
Yeah, that is awesome. So I want to ask you right off the bat, because the topic of today for this video is we're talking about working with celebrity or influencer clients as a beauty business. So can you tell us a little bit about your experience spray tanning celebrities and maybe some famous names that we would know?
Sure. So before I start off into this, I want everybody to know that just because somebody spray tans a celebrity does not make them better or more successful. It just, they got a break, and it's amazing and it helps the business, but it doesn't make you any less than the person who doesn't have access to it. So that's why I love talking about it, but sometimes I do steer away from it because I don't want the other girl who's running a business to think she's not successful because she didn't get somebody.
Exactly.
9 times out of 10, they're a pain in the ass to work with anyway. But it's great. So that being said, because a lot of people message me and I just don't want people to think they're not as good.
Yeah, I think it's important to put that out there ahead of time. And I also want to talk about like, if you're not in LA, like how can you still use some of the same concepts that we're talking about today?
What I want people to do is, as we're talking about this, keep in the back of your head, who is my celebrity? Who's my local celebrity? Is that the PTA mom? Is that the woman who owns all the restaurants that has her hand in all the communities? Like, who is it? And then just take this conversation and go with it that way. And then you can be the it girl for spray tanning, because then you spray tan all the PTA moms and you're the coolest girl in town. So
exactly.
that being said, there's that. And then the other thing is, you don't find celebrities, they find you. So don't ever go out thinking you're going to find it. I didn't. I most certainly did not. How I got into that sector is I have just been spray tanning friends when I was mobile. I ended up getting a friend, gave my number to another girl. She is a celebrity hairstylist. I sprayed her for about a year, built the trust up. I didn't know who she does. So I built the trust up for a year, gave a really good spray tan. And then that's when I got a text about 4 years ago that said, hey, will you go spray Lisa Vanderpump for me? So, and then that is and then kind of people just catch on.
Yeah.
And then it's honestly, that happened. And then for me, my path was the assistants. My name got into a lot of assistants.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's kind of, they're the gatekeepers to everybody. So if you and I do this with every assistant, my job is to make their job easier. So I know I have a client who's famous, who gets a spray tan once a week. I'll reach out to the assistant, say, hey, what do you need this week? Do you need me? Just so then they're not hitting me last minute and I don't have any availability.
Right.
So, and then if I make their job easier, they keep contacting me. So that's how I initially got into it. So
cool.
Happened.
Yeah, it just kind of like happened through connections. And then it's
Yes.
been 4 years and you've spray tanned some really well-known celebrities. Who are some of those people?
So, and to be honest, sometimes I would get a text and it would say, "Hey, my name is Sarah. Will you come spray my boss tonight?" Sure. You drive up to the house. This has happened to two of my clients. You drive up to the house, the gate opens, you hand your phone over, you sign an NDA, then you go upstairs and find out who it is.
Right.
So there's some people that you literally can't talk about. So, but
Yeah, I bet. And not everybody wants to like give away their secrets or, not every celebrity wants to.
in their home and you're
Yeah.
seeing that they're most vulnerable, you hear things because these people are naked. So Lisa Vanderpump was kind of my like go-to, and then I ended up spraying a lot of the girls from the cast, which led me to be able to be in Vogue with them. And then Lindsey Vonn has been a really big client of mine. She's amazing.
Yeah.
I sprayed her through the whole process of like the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
Holly Barker, one of the girls from Playboy back in the day. I'll think of them, but I can't really think right now.
Well,
But
I know that you've done like a lot of celebrity because I've been stalking your Instagram, obviously. And it seems to me like, especially recently, it's more kind of like this shift from like the classic like TV and famous people celebrities to more kind of like online influencers and that kind of thing. Is that right?
yeah, so I still have I spray tan. Another big one I spray tan is Louise Litton. Her husband is the Steve Mnuchin. That's the U.S. Secretary of Treasury. So those people, obviously, I'm not flashing all over my Instagram.
Yeah.
You wouldn't care, but it's also like respect and stuff like that. So now that I'm in store all day, every day, it has definitely become a shift to it was like wildfire. It just happened. And these girls come to me, they pay. In the beginning, I did obviously to get people in the door, really did trades and some free. I won't do that anymore. We can go into that with my opinion on that. And it just caught like wildfire. And I just listened and I perfected my craft. I got really good and people started coming to me. So yes, it's a heavy, heavy, heavy influencer base right now that comes
Yeah. Yeah. So do you find that like that those high level names, like names that people know, has it helped your business at all? And if so, like in which ways?
Of course, the local market, it's helped completely. I remember last year before Coachella, wait, hold on. Nicole. Sorry. That's life. So last year Coachella, well, a little bit before Coachella, and again, listen, I'm a lot older than people think I am, so I don't really know who these young kids are. I had a major TikTok person come in here. My niece messaged me and was like, "Oh my God." I'm like, "Who is that?"
What, there are celebrities on TikTok now? Oh my gosh, I feel so out of it.
Listen, when I say it is wild. This one guy that came in, his girlfriend's like the most famous person on TikTok. She's like 25 million followers. I don't know. Anyway, so last year this girl came in, she booked online, came in. We just fully connected. We were just talking, whatever. She posts the place because it's beautiful, left. And then I get a message from someone and goes, "How the hell did you get Lauren Elizabeth to come in there?" She's an influencer, very relatable. People listen to her, I'm like, "Who is this girl?" And I looked and I realized she's super influential.
Right.
And she just found me through somebody else. So it's really just authentic and being authentic, and they will find you.
Yeah, I love that. So in which ways do you think that it's helped build your business? I mean, I can imagine that like the influencer and celebrity part is like a small percentage of who you're spray tanning, but how would you say that it impacted your business overall?
The reach to everybody else, to that I'm just always on their social media. They're tagging me because they want to, and just brand awareness. It's brought a lot of brand awareness. And then honestly, my feed is amazing because of them.
Yeah.
So I'm able to use a lot of their photos. So it's incorporated through brand awareness, my feed, and just being an authentic business with amazing customer service, I think, because of my customer service background. So it kind of just keeps the people coming in.
Yeah. So would you say that Instagram is a big part of how clients find you and how you're essentially like getting more bookings from clients?
Yes and no, but I don't think Instagram's end all be all. Yes, it is. But then Pinterest is huge for me right now.
Pinterest.
That's a whole nother conversation. That's a beast. Pinterest is major for your back end SEO. Major.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, so if you go to my Pinterest page, we're building that more. It's major, but also just word of mouth. For example, I think of weird things all the time. My brain's constantly going. I remember I just was overpaying for Google ads because that's another beast. So I just said, okay, what can I do? And I thought of something. So I said, okay, that's it. I'm pulling all money out of Google ads. And I wasn't even putting that much into it. And my birthday was in September, and I thought of this wild idea. I sent out an email to all my existing clients, and because people are connected to me right now because I'm the one in store. Mm-hmm. So I sent out a photo of myself and Polo, and I said, it's her birthday. She'll give away free spray tans if she wants to. So I gave away free spray tans for a week to any new client. I didn't care who you were. And any existing client, if somebody said, oh, Sarah sent me, their next spray tan was 30. I got 175 new clients with 70% retention rate. So it's also thinking outside the box with that. And don't underestimate the power of just walking into a place. I still do it. I'll walk right in. Hey, how are you? And give out flyers. It's just constantly go, 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 go.
Yeah. So you're the type of person where you're coming up with creative ideas and you're like, oh, why don't we try this and see if it works? And it sounds like you've hit on some like really, really good things as well that have helped.
Instagram's great though. I genuinely comment on people's photos. They message me. I respond back to their stories. So I genuinely am on there. Like if a client came in and 2 weeks later she's doing something great on Instagram, I message back. It's the interaction. So, but again, I'm crazy. It's a lot of work, but yeah, it helps.
So what would you say to someone who's, for example, say they're a makeup artist or a hairstylist, and they know that they want to build up their brand, build up their presence by working with celebrities, whether that's like someone who's on TV or maybe an online influencer or something like that.
Yeah. Celebrities with hair and makeup, is a little bit more difficult in LA. The only thing I know about that is there's a lot of agencies now that represent makeup artists and hairstylists. So
right.
That's different. So I don't even know how that works, but I think there's a lot of agencies that work with that. But also, if you find a mentor, reach out to someone and say, and help you for free on set, or some people are really protective about their brand, so maybe that's just going to hairstylists and saying I would like to work with you if they're makeup, and vice versa. Like connect with people, go into a spray tanning place and say, is anybody looking for, I would love to collab with you. Go to an eyebrow lady and say, look, it's just building those relationships and finding how you can all work together.
Yeah, so you would say it's more, instead of just like finding celebrities and being like, I need to work with that person, it's more kind of like stepping back and realizing what are the other businesses and people in your network that you can kind of create those connections with.
100%, because if you start doing well, those people will notice and reach out to you. If you constantly are reaching out to them, they're going to be like, why are they so, it's kind of like, why are you so desperate reaching out to me so much?
Right.
Work, do it well. People will recognize it and they will see it. It'll happen. It's just people want it to happen faster than it did. I got Lisa Vanderpump when it was in Vogue 8 years after I started. I just didn't talk about it before because I wasn't really heavy on Instagram or anything. It takes time, and just be patient and work.
Yeah. So do you think that doing good work is enough, like doing good spray tans or good nails or lashes, etc.? Or do you think that there's a way that you have to kind of present yourself as well?
Both. Because I'm going to be honest, in the beginning, I was, hold on.
That's okay.
In the beginning, I made myself look busier than I was. So when I would go to my mobile clients, I became known for like the elevator dance. So I would do these Instagram videos of elevator dances, or I would like show the door guys. You just show your everyday struggle. and I looked a lot busier than I was. And then also here's this, up until I opened this place, I had my full-time job. I was spray tanning from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., going to work from 8 to 5, changing in the car and spraying from 5 until whatever. So I would have a famous person's assistant hit me up and say, hey, can you come at 3 o'clock? You know what I did? Oh my gosh, I'm booked. Can you do 5:30? And then all of a sudden they're like, she's booked. And then it becomes this thing.
Yeah.
So you do have to kind of do that, but also work really hard. And everybody's getting their hair done. Everybody getting their lashes done. Tell people and say, I'd love to. I still do it. I had a girl, and I'm going all over the place, but these are things that I know. So a year ago, I spray tanned a girl, and she works at Nasty Gal. So I said, oh, I would love to put coupons in your gift bags. She finally said yes. And 2 weeks ago, I had Nasty Gal come here and buy out my store for a day and do an event.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, that relationship was cultivated over a year. So it's just like building relationships, being authentic and truly authentic, and people will want to help you.
Yeah. And I think it's also like one theme that I've seen in what you're saying is it seems like you're not afraid to try new things and maybe not have it work out, but just try it.
Yeah, you have to jump off the cliff and figure it out later. That's my biggest strength for sure. I kind of just am like, all right, let's do this. And I just go because why not? You know, I've walked into so many stores and say, oh, I would love to put little coupons in your gift bags. Let me know. And then some people are like, oh, no, thank you. And then some people say yes. And then people are going to start to see you all over the place. People started seeing these coupons all over the place. I mean, like, okay, I see B Bronze on Instagram. I see these coupons. What is going on here? And you just become brand awareness.
Yeah. And it seemed like, I know that a lot of people, and I think, I was the same way too. The first couple years of your business, you're afraid of trying those things. You're afraid of maybe reaching out to that business, asking if you can do that because you're afraid of them saying no. And you know that if you hear no too many times, you feel like it's going to like crush your spirit or something. But for you, it seems like if they say no, then what kind of big deal is it? It really doesn't matter.
I mean, of course it kind of stings, but you just have to get over it.
Yeah.
Like, okay. And keep going. Successful people didn't stop at a first no. You just have to keep going, and the next one will say yes. And then eventually you realize why that person said no, and you just have to keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome advice. So, you are in a strategic location for working with these kind of clients. You're in Los Angeles, but most people who are watching are not in Los Angeles, but that doesn't mean that the things that you're talking about don't completely apply to them as well. Can you talk to us about let's talk about the influencer part, and maybe not like influencers with like 25 million TikTok followers, because apparently that's a thing now, but like,
but also, are 25 million people going to walk in my door? No. So I actually don't care. When these people reach out to me, I don't care. What are your insights? What do you have to offer? Do you mesh with my brand?
Yeah.
And who my client is? All of this matters. You have to determine. It's called a collaboration. It is two people working together. It's not you giving away a free service because someone has 10,000 followers.
Yeah.
Get out of their head. They are working for you just as much as you are working for them.
Yeah. So can you tell us, like, for someone who maybe lives in like small town Idaho or something like that, what kind of steps would you tell them to take in terms of like using influencer marketing to grow their business?
So I would say this. First and foremost, know who your client is. I know who my client is down to where she goes to eat, what she listens to, what she wears, like her age range. I know this. And then obviously I have other people around it, but my core, I knew from the beginning who my clientele is. So identify who your client is and then go from there. So is your clientele 18 to 24? Okay, go onto your Instagram, search a hashtag for high school, get an ambassador. Hey, I would love to work with you. Here are my rules. This is what I need you to do for me. You have to bring in X amount of new clients a month, and start working with people to give more awareness to your brand. Is it, like I said, is it the PTA mom? Is it you have one salon that's doing really well, so you give a discount to all the girls that are doing hair, and then they get a free one for every 4 people they recommend. There's just certain things you can do that help. So it's not always about giving away free spray tans. It's the girls so an ambassador, and then you can do spring break. It's just who's your clientele, and go from there.
Yeah. So once you figured out, like, say, for example, you do spray tans and you figure out that your ideal clients is the mom, like maybe like stay-at-home mom, or let's say stay-at-home mom. Sure. And so you know that that's your clientele.
Yep.
And then you go to Instagram or to Facebook or to Snapchat or wherever they spend time, and you go and you research them and you try to figure out, okay, who could I potentially partner with? Do you have any tips for figuring out the right fit for that person who could be an ambassador for you?
And it's trial and error. So this past year, I was like, okay, I really want to reach out to a little bit more college. So I got 2 girls from USC. They were both in sororities, and I gave them my rules of what I wanted from them in order to get something back. And I had to fire a girl. I just said, thank you so much. This just isn't working. You're not giving me what I need. And that was that. So don't feel bad to do that. Put your terms up front on what you want. And if you don't know what your terms are, you could say, I would love for you to, you're allowed 1 free spray tan a month. The other ones are $10 off. You have to like my Facebook, follow me on Instagram. Every time you come in, it's 2 stories. And then your friends mention your name and they get X amount of dollars off, or whatever. And if those are your terms, those are your terms. And if the person's not living up to it, thank you so much. Unfortunately, I'm not getting what I need. Next.
Yeah, it's a business relationship. It's not like a friendship where you're doing each other favors.
Exactly. So I would say do that. Reach out to somebody where you look at their page and you like them. You feel that it works for your business. And so if it's a mom, find the mom who is going to mom groups on Facebook, or go to a hair place and ask if there's any moms there. You have to put yourself out there to find all this out. Yeah, exactly.
So it seems like you've got experience with using these kind of ambassadors. How have they helped you? Like, what kind of results have you been seeing from the ambassadors that you're working with?
So brand awareness, I give codes to a couple of the girls at USC. So whoever they give the code to gets a discount, and then I'm able to track the code to see how many people are coming. So it's a pretty big push. And then that always helps. Codes always help, because then you can track somebody, or little cards. You can give the ambassador all the cards, and then they write their name on it, and you can see how many cards are coming back. So you can track these things. And then the other ones I do, like I said, I don't do free anymore, but I'll discount depending on what they're getting. And then they have to be bringing people in. And then, or if they don't bring people in, they're really giving you great quality content. So if it matters, I know I sprayed one girl and I loved her content. So I said, I'd love to give you a discount at this. Can I constantly keep using your content? And then it's a good working relationship. And then she tells everybody. So that's where is it good content? Is it good word of mouth? Those 2 things really help. And are they telling people about your brand?
Yeah, that's the other thing. And so it looks like for you, it's very important that you're measuring that these people are actually helping to grow your business. What would you say, like, your top ambassador or your top few ambassadors, how many clients are they actually referring to your business regularly?
I went over codes. I mean, I just had a girl from USC who adores me, and she's been coming to me for a year. And last month I had 15 people use the code.
Oh, that's awesome.
15 new people.
In 1 month.
Yeah, in 1 month. So, and that's 15 chances to do a really good job to get more. So that was really good. And then, and then here's the thing, since I'm running so lean and it's just me, well, I have somebody else now, but I have the opportunity to touch every single person. How did you find out about me?
Yeah, that's the other thing.
And then I code it, because eventually I'm not going to be here. So I'm so I code it. And a lot of times these girls that pay, these influencers that actually pay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so-and-so told me about you. I drove from Orange County, which means nothing to you, but to me, I'm like, what? They drove like an hour because they're so authentic. And then I write that down, and then you just know that, okay, that girl's doing a really good job. Maybe I should reach out to her and thank her and give her a free tan.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. So it sounds like you're working with like multiple different ambassadors, depending maybe on different like areas or different types of people that they might have an influence over.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I worked on this one mommy blogger through a friend came in, and she blew me up and I didn't realize like how big she was in the mommy blogger world. And then next thing you know, like everybody, and then so many people came in and told me about her. So I reached out to her and I said, hey, would you like a code? A lot of people are coming in. She's like, oh my gosh, I would love that. And then there you go.
Oh, I love that. It sounds so simple, but do you think that a lot of people are kind of like struggling to, what do you think that people are struggling with when it comes to like the ambassador influencer part? Do you think it's like partnering with the right people, or they're trying to figure out like how to actually measure if this is actually working for their business or not?
It's like such a layered question. I think people are, for a while, it was heavy focused on followers.
Yeah.
People need to realize, and I say this all the time, and some people are going to argue with me, and that's okay. For my business, constantly giving away free, I think for my business would cheapen my brand, because then you're just known as the girl that gives away free spray tans. They're working for you as much as you're working for them.
Yeah.
Collaborate. So that being said, if someone reaches out to you and they fit all the like little ticks, okay, yep, ask them for their insights. Okay, great. You have 50,000 followers. Awesome. You have 80% men. That's not going to work for me.
Yeah.
Don't feel bad asking for these things. You're allowed to ask for these things.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just a work together, and people are just like, oh, she got a girl that has 2 million followers. Stop looking at other people. Is this going to be good for your business? Because your bread and butter is your everyday girl.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah, I have all these influencers and it's great, but your bread and butter is your everyday girl. So make sure you're focused on them as well, and you're paying just as much attention to them. And that's my suggestion. Like, don't think just because someone is a big influencer or a famous person, you don't know. You don't know what they're doing on the back end. You don't know if it's free. You don't know the hours that person's putting in. You have no clue. You don't know if they're getting anything from that person. You don't know.
Yeah, it's true. So definitely be mindful of like, before partnering with anybody, really think about it as a business relationship, because it's so easy, especially I feel like in the beauty industry, this happens a lot because it's such like a personal industry. The lines get blurred very, very easily between like client and friend, between business relationship and something else than that. And I think, like you said, look at the numbers, hold them accountable, and don't make assumptions about what kind of things that they can do to help your business without actually knowing the story behind it.
Just focus on what you're good at. You know, I started this just like everybody else. I didn't come in with a Rolodex of it. It's just, I out hustled a lot of people.
Yeah.
So you just have to keep working and be good at what you're good at and focus on that, and don't worry about anybody else.
Yeah, that's awesome. I feel like that's such a great way to kind of like summarize what we're talking about. So last question for you, Brittany. Where do you see Be Bronze going? Like in 5 years from now, what would be your dream of where it ends up?
So I am not married to any outcome. However, I do have 2 goals, and then so I want to open up one more location, but I don't say where yet, because I don't need anybody else trying to steal it from me. But I want to open up one more location for sure. I want to give back. So I'm going to roll out a training program in a month. So that's going to be the first thing, because I think 10 years under my belt and a lot of people asking, I finally feel comfortable doing that.
Oh, that's awesome. So training for spray tanning.
Yeah, training for spray tanning. And then I'll roll in a little bit of how I do my crazy world of everything else. I just feel comfortable being able to say I can train people now. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm also in conversations in the very, very, very early stages of either franchising or licensing. So if you want to put that all into one, my ultimate goal, and I've said this from the beginning, you can even listen to it in a podcast I did years ago. I want to be the Anastasia of spray tanning.
You want to be the what?
Anastasia of spray tanning. You know,
Oh,
that's the goal.
I love that. Well, I feel like you're well on your way. Your brand is amazing. Your clients love you. You have the hustle and the determination, the grit to be able to get your business this far. And I know that all your dreams are very likely going to come true because you're pushing to make it happen. So I love that. Brittany, thank you so much for chatting with me today. I really learned a lot. And I think that you gave a lot of really super helpful tips about how to work with influencers, not just traditional celebrities, but essentially how to use the power of people who have some sort of influence in one way or another to build your business, to build your brand. And I think that that's awesome. I feel like that's kind of like the future of marketing, is like that really personal kind of side. So
yeah, because social media is not going anywhere. So just
yeah, exactly. So, Brittany, if anyone's watching and they want to maybe learn more about your training program that's coming up, how can they find you?
So if you go onto my website, bbronzestudio.com, there's a little button. Just click that. Just go ahead and put your email address in, because in about a month, I'm going to roll out a whole email about when it's coming, how much it is, all of that. So just go to bbronzestudio.com. Or I do have Instagram, bbronzestudio. You can message me there. That takes a little bit longer for me to get back to you, but you can DM me on there as well.
And in the meantime, they're following you, and your Instagram is like amazing. So it's so great for inspiration. And I feel like, yeah, your Instagram is just, it does such a good job of speaking for your business. So go check out Brittany on Instagram as well.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thanks so much for chatting, Brittany. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you so much.
Have an awesome rest of your day. Talk soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye.